Hi everybody, welcome along to your Monday morning English lesson with me, Ruth Pringle, your host, and I'm speaking to you from Blue Noun Language Hub, which is a small independent English language school based in Crieff in Perthshire in Scotland. We do a mixture of holidays where people come and visit us, and we practice English in really cool ways. I'll tell you more about it later. And we also have a series of online English lessons available too. So part of what we're doing is reaching out to try and meet new people, and to do this we're going to release an English lesson every Monday. So today we are going to be talking about the subject which a lot of people are probably talking about at work today, which is the Eurovision Song Contest. If anybody doesn't know, the Eurovision Song Contest took place on Saturday night, so last Saturday, and it was won by Ukraine, but the UK did surprisingly well, coming in second place, which, like, to be honest, there had been a buzz about it. I'd been listening to the radio, and people were saying that the UK was expected to do really well this year, but I think few people believed that we would do that well. No offence to our amazing Sam Ryder who was performing. It just didn't seem culturally possible that so soon after Brexit, Britain would be kind of getting really good votes from a lot of European countries. So, which isn't what it's about. Obviously, it's supposed to be about music and show, but I think there was a bit of scepticism about whether we would be punished for Brexit or not. So let's just have a look. I've prepared a few question cards, and the way I'd like to do this is I'll just read out a question and then I'll answer it. I think that's good listening practice for you guys. But if you also want to make a note of the questions and answer themselves, that's very good English practice for you too. So if you want to, leave your answers in the comments, and if you want to send me a voice message as well with your answers, then, go for it. Let's just get chatting. That'd be lovely to hear from you. So I've randomly arranged these cards. No cheating. Let's just have a look here. Bit of cheating. Who did you like best? Yeah, my absolute favourite was Holland. I thought the performance was spectacular. I love the song, but I also loved the singer's stage presence. She was just so powerful and ethereal at the same time. It was just mesmerising. I loved it. She just owned that stage. She just it was just beautiful. Like, she went, I believe, closely after Spain, or perhaps even immediately after Spain, which was like all sexy show, lots of dancing, lots of legs, lots of bottoms, and it was just like flashy and sensational. And then this young girl came on immediately afterwards and just had nothing. It was just her voice and her beautiful face and her stage presence. It just was, for me, so much more of a powerful image of femininity and power than like anything else that was on stage. It just was magical. I loved it. If I had been voting, I would have got my 12 points, Holland. So absolutely congratulations there. So tell me who you liked best. Next question, favourite moment. What was your favourite moment during the evening, during the show? And my favourite moment is to do with the contest, but not exactly because of the contest. So I was watching it with my daughter, who's 7 years old, and she just got really excited during the voting when the results were coming in, and you could see Britain and Spain competing for their place towards the top of the chart. And then there was a lot of tension when the countries were releasing their final votes. So I don't know if it's the same for you guys in your different countries, but we could always see before the announcement, we could see the scores for all the other countries. So every time your country either had like 12 points or no points, it was all or nothing. And like she just couldn't stand the tension. Every time Britain got a 12 pointer, she was just leaping about. She was so excited by it. So yeah, definitely favourite moments, getting the scores in. Who was the most memorable? Um, I'm tempted to say Spain just because the costumes and the choreography were just extraordinary. They were surprising. Um, they were fun. They were sexy. They were lovely. It was really tight performance. It was really well done. But I also kind of think Serbia needs to be mentioned here too, because they just stood out as being completely different. They just went their own way with it and kind of turned a catchy pop song into something like political and sinister. Love it. Totally my thing. Who were you supporting? This is an interesting question for me as a Scot. Scottish people are, of course, included in the banner of the United Kingdom. But in a lot of ways, we like to walk our own path. And although, yes, Scotland was represented as a nation, to be perfectly honest, when I think of myself and my national identity, I think of myself as being Scottish, and until very recently I thought of myself as being European, and being British doesn't actually mean that much to me. In a lot of ways it represents things that I don't like. I'll not list them, but if you want to come for an English class, we can have a conversation about it. But yeah, I wasn't that bothered about who won, to be honest. It was nice to support Sam Ryder because I like the song and he's a great guy. I've heard him being interviewed and it's just like, he's just so nice. And of course, my wee daughter was so excited about Britain winning, which was good. But I would have, I would have liked to see Holland win. I think it was so good. Where did you watch it? So, I watched the show at my dad's house. I asked my dad about a week ago if me and my daughter could come round and watch the show there. Simply because he's got a really big telly. He's got a big TV and a nice comfy sitting room, and it seemed a bit nicer to kind of make an adventure out of it and go and visit him rather than just be with my daughter and myself alone doing it. So we invited ourselves to my dad's house, and it was a lovely evening. I was very glad I did. Everybody enjoyed it, even if it did. By the end of it, only my daughter was the last person to fall asleep that night. Let's just say it that way. So again, tell me, where did you watch it? And the last question: how much do you care? How much do you care about Eurovision? So are you a die-hard Eurovision fan that never misses one, or are you like me? It was my first Eurovision Song Contest. I've never sat and watched Eurovision before, and I don't know what's different about this year. Probably the pandemic and the fact that, like, globally, internationally, we just haven't been able to come together as nations and share cultural events, and I've been missing it. And it just really seemed exciting that borders were opening up and music and performances were taking place, even if they weren't necessarily the type of music I normally hunt out and listen to. I was just so happy that it was happening, and I was delighted to watch it. And then I should also add, I really enjoyed it. I thought the performers were all very, very good. I thought there was a lot of great songs. I was expecting to like one or two out of 20, and I think I like most of them. Certainly like some more than others. But yeah, absolutely. everybody did spectacularly. So I'll definitely be doing it again. I would love to watch it again. So how much do you care? I think, is that our last question? How much do you care? That was the question I just answered. Where did you watch it? Who was supporting? Who was the most memorable favorite? Right, okay. So who did you like best? I already said I liked Holland best. Favourite moment? Who was the most memorable? Who were you supporting? Where did you watch it? And how much do you care? Okay, so if you'd like to answer those questions, definitely leave me a comment telling me who you thought was the best, and answer any other questions that you would like to in the comments. And if you want to send me a voice message, please do. I'd love to hear from you. Okie doke. Bye.